So I'm looking like, am I going home? And I just noticed that she was literally dropping us back off to New Bern, the town that I was at. But she was literally driving us back at my hometown where I was at. She was literally driving us back, and I'm like, oh shoot, I'm going home. I'm sitting there like, oh, I'm going back home. I was in shock, but I don't know if he saw me or not, but he ended up the recruiter ended up calling me back. He was asking me like, are you going to continue the process? Like, I thought you were going to stay at the hotel for the night. I told him like, no, I'm just going back home. He was just asking me like, I thought you were going to stay another night so you can take your test again. And then I was just like, no, I'm going back home. I'll just come back another time. But I'm going back home. But then he was just like, we was going to have to schedule you to come back up here to Raleigh again. And I was just like, that's cool. And I was just like, that's fine. Uh, no, that was actually the last time I talked to him. The absolute last time I talked to him. But yeah, I ended up going back home. Got back in my car, drove back to my hometown. Just very, very odd situation, at least for me. I spent like that whole time where I was from about the time I graduated early to like about to me graduating, walk across stage. Spent that time. I literally just spent. The only reason I'm explaining this is like I just spent that time trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Like I just kind of spent that time figuring out what I wanted to do for my career, or just simply what I wanted to do. I had no plans. I had no goals at the time. Just an empty brain, just an empty mind. Like I didn't know. I just didn't know. Weeks go by. Well, I ended up. I ended up deciding randomly to why don't I just try college and see if it worked. Ended up graduating. I got a scholarship from the college I applied to. I swear, like right after I got back home after graduation, it's like it hit me like I'm literally finished with school, and now I don't know what to do. It was like a sad moment for me. And then I had this thought of opening a business. I just didn't have any money. I still tried to kind of make it work, and then trying to find side hustles because it got to a point where like college, school's coming back up and everybody's going back to school. I think what happened with my situation is that I didn't fill out the FAFSA form correctly, and then all the information was kind of misconstrued, which kind of had a hold on my application. So, but that whole time it was like I didn't check back on it. I didn't check back on it at all. But to the point of me going up to the school, they basically told me that none of my money went through to pay for the school. None of my money went through to pay for the school. So I had to literally be on that fast food. I literally had to go back to fast food and check my application. But that's like a long process. So it takes time for my money to hit like I didn't even sign up for classes either. That's the thing. So that was kind of like a huge setback because I didn't go through any of that process. I didn't sign up for classes. I didn't sign up for housing. I didn't. I am so sick of my voice cracking. It was a setback because I didn't apply for housing. I didn't apply for like my meal plan. I didn't have no supply. Oh, I had supplies actually. I didn't sign up for classes. Like it was to a point where like school was about to start and I didn't do any of these things. And then with FAFSA, of course, my application was never accepted. It just got hold. It had a hold on my application. Going to the school, they told me like my application didn't hit, so I had to sit outside and then had to sign that just to check it. We had to end, and then like we basically just had to like come back and then and then also I didn't have a job aligned at all either. I didn't have a job aligned either. I didn't have a job aligned either. So they basically told us to come back and then wait for that application to hit, but I don't think it ever did. And then also I try to keep calling them just to make sure my application was accepted. But then I think like randomly one day they told me that I canceled my application and that they thought I wasn't interested in joining the school anymore. And I'm sitting here like, huh? Like, I never told anybody that. Like, but then, like, she kept repeating the same thing, and then they just ran with, like, I wasn't interested in going to the school anymore, and then that I canceled my application. I never did that, but long story short, never talked to her again, and basically, school already started, so regardless, regardless, that whole process was just like, now I just have to wait till next semester hit around. But I got a little emotional because I didn't know what to do. I was trying to open up a business of mine. I still needed money, and then I was trying to do some side hustles, but I don't think any of that worked for me. It was either because I'm lazy or tired all the time, or maybe it's just because I'm getting, or maybe because I was like comfortable at the time and I was just being lazy. But I realized like none of that worked for me, so I stopped doing it. I still trying to open up a business. Uh, I was still trying to find a way on how to make this work. I was just like, and I was just like, and I was just like, I want my own place. And my mother just told me I had to get back into a job, save up. Hate the idea of like doing. I hated the idea of doing. I hated the idea of doing it, like, cause I did not want to go back to a minimum wage job. I didn't. I literally didn't. And I had just turned 19 too, so it was like I didn't want to go back to a 9 to 5 minimum wage job, but I did it anyway, so that way I could still. I mean, I had bills and then I had subscriptions to pay for, so it's like I had no choice. So, well, I have a choice, but I chose to do that. Got back into a job.